So in case anyone was wondering why we were doing so well in the European qualifying rounds, rest easy, because the Europa League phase has become an absolute nightmare to be in for us. To make matters even worse, we lost our top striker as well. Hello and welcome back to Unemployed to Legend episode 20 with Swansea University. My name is Craig and coming up in today's video is two Europa League matches away at Hibernian in Scotland, staying in the UK, nice, and home against Maccabi Tel Aviv. Why am I continuously showing these Europa League matches even though they are an absolute slog at the moment to sit through? Because I am determined for us to finish with at least 1 point in this league phase. Yes, it's not been pretty. Yes, we are sitting 35th out of 36 with a minus 10 goal difference and 0 points. But I do feel in at least, I think, 3 of the next 4 games we might have a chance. And the next 3 of those next 4 games actually are Hibernian, Maccabi Tel Aviv, which we'll review in today's episode. And then, of course, the next episodes, which will be a complete write-off against Lazio and a potential chance against Malmo FF, who are not far above us in the league phase. I think they got like 3 points, something like that. Whether they'll still have 3 points, yeah, there they are. Whether they'll still have 3 points after 7 games, I'm guessing. I think that's just behind my head, but rest assured they have 3 points and they are the team most likely that will be able to beat. Where are Maccabi Tel Aviv? They're sitting 23rd, 4 points, and Hibernian are 19th on 6 points, one place behind Manchester United. Why are Man United so far down? Wow, this Europa League is a bit of a madness. Ludogorets, Club Brugge, AZ, and Lazio are 6th. Absolute write-off. Now, since you were last with me, you may have seen already when we were on the schedule screen just a moment ago, form has been very good until the last game when we lost against TNS, which is the first time we have lost in the Welsh Premier League since we actually got promoted. So, what's that, nearly a year and a half of actual domination, unbeaten run in the Welsh Premier. We have won it already. Obviously, I'd like to win it again if we're still here come the summer. But overall, I'm not massively bothered. So as far as I'm concerned, once this Europa League run is over for us, we are on our way out of this club. It'd be a shame, but at the same time, we have to move on at some point. And I do feel once the Europa League run is over, the time to move on has arrived. So this is going to be the 11 we're going to send out for the away match against Hibernian. Adegoke in goal, a back four of Yorworth, Jones, Hanks and Edwards with Perry, Smith and Orford in the middle. Harris and Garrick on the wings with Shirley up front. Before we get into the match though, I did say we lost a striker. David Omelabu. The man got injured after the last episode, so he was out for about 3 or 4 weeks. He came back, and then the same day, he left for Kanemi Warriors in Nigeria. He went back home, basically. He's the second Nigerian player we've had to go back home. Fair enough. But they're both very, very good players, and Omelabu was our top scorer. 8 goals. That's just in the league. He had 12 goals all season in 15 games. I mean, a bit of a hole to fill in, to be honest with you, which is where Shirley comes in, because Shirley has been starting, but he's now unhappy because he wasn't starting enough games. He's now our top scorer with 11 goals in 17 games in all competitions. He's not happy. He didn't start enough games. I'd already broken the promise to him. So it's now touch and go if he's actually going to be scoring any goals. I don't imagine he'll probably score against Hibernian today. Neither will probably Brown Sterling. The poor guy's not even playing that often anyway. Who's actually recognisable from this Hibernian team? I'm sure I know Ivan Sunyik. Everybody else is a complete, absolute mystery to me because I don't follow Scottish football. Nobody expects us to get results. I'm continuously saying that to them because it doesn't damage the morale too much. When we do get slapped in these Europa League games, we got slapped away at Valencia 3-0. We've been slapped in every single Europa League game thus far, so it's just about mitigating and trying to make sure our morale is not too damaged for the league games. And even the league games are very shaky because we're only winning by maybe 1 goal in each of them. And as I just showed you with the TNS game, We lost, and they're actually the best team. Well, now the second best team in Wales, which is a bit of a concern. But then one of their players that they have goes by the name of Lee Angol. You might know him. I don't actually know. You might know him from previous FM games. He's too good for the Welsh League, because there's no chance we can actually mark him or anything. I can type mark him, show him to a weaker foot, trigger the press. Nothing works. And that's with my best defenders. I'll have no hope for any other defender who cannot run. And speaking of cannot run, oh my gosh, this is a Scottish Premiership team, and we still can't match up to them. 25 minutes, that's actually less time than we lasted against Valencia. We lasted about 57 minutes against them. I don't know what Adegoke was trying to do. A part of me is thinking to try with Robson in goal instead, because Adegoke is not as solid as he once was, which is a bit of a shame. Still a good keeper, but apparently Robson is the better keeper. The only reason I've kept Adegoke in goal for as long as I have is because the heroics he made in Europe earlier this season, especially in the Champions League qualifying rounds, and yeah. Oh boy, we might actually be finishing the group phase, the league phase, with 0 points. This is our 5th game. We've got 3 left after this, and one of them is away in Lazio, which I'm not looking forward to. Oh, it's a deflection as well. That's a bit sad. Oh, this could be another long game. We might as well just go positive, because what's the difference? We may as well just try and put them under some pressure. Yeah, we might get slapped, and we drop to the bottom of the league phase, actually, I've just noticed, which... Ooh. Didn't want to see that at all. I mean, don't get me wrong, obviously we were expecting this when we got to the league phase, because all the crap teams, basically, from the qualifying rounds, they've been filtered out, they're gone. They're over. If they are still in, they're going to be in the Europa Conference League, not the Europa League, certainly not the Champions League. Speaking of which, I'm kind of glad we got knocked out of the Champions League qualifying rounds, because... oh my goodness, could you imagine if we'd made it into the Champions League phase? I probably wouldn't still be in the job. The board would be so embarrassed they would actually sack me despite everything I've done for them. The job hunt would have come a lot earlier, let's say that, as they're through here again. Yeah, I'm sure someone's probably going to say I should type mark him. There's 0 point. None of our players are going to be any good. None of them. Not even Nico Jones, who is actually playing, but I know he is very tired and he does need a rest. But at the same time, I've made a promise to him that he's going to play every single game, because he's not happy, he's not playing, and he's a star player. As a star player, he needs to play every single game that he is available for, which this is one of them. Although saying that, I could probably take him off after, let's say, an hour. Is he even playing well? No, he isn't. He's playing pathetically. I just don't know what else there would be to do, because, again, we don't have the players who are good enough. Maccabi Tel Aviv is probably our best hope, or Malmo. They're our best hopes of actually getting a result, but even then, I'm sceptical. As Hibernian, can you just spare us? You're 3-0 up. You really do not need to go 4-0 up at this point, except maybe for goal difference, but even then, you don't need to. Just allow us 1 goal. I was about to say in front of our own fans, but we're not at home. Shirley passing it into Garrick. Can you get out of each other's way? There is Perry, and Perry slams one into the back of the net. Only his 3rd goal of the season. It's probably going to be his most meaningless one ever. But who cares? We got a goal. We are good at scoring at least 1 goal a game. Minus the Stade de Rennais game, where we actually bagged 3. I'm still shocked that even happened. That was a deflection as well. Who cares? Rennais must have been absolutely bad. They must be terrible to concede 3 against us. And you know what? Oh, I was about to make a substitution, but we got a highlight. Perry with the free kick. And there is Hanks. Oh, it is off the bar. It's just been cleared. We've looked very good in the last 5 minutes, and that's without making any changes. There's Hanks. Plays into Smith. I'm trying to play a ball forward. There is Garrick. Playing into the middle man. There are a few players there. It has just been cleared. Garrick, unfortunately, not good enough to make a simple cross. And Hibernian, they're probably just going to cut up the other end and score now, aren't they? Lads, come on. You didn't need to wake up. You can just go back to sleep and just not score at all. You're 3-1 up. It's not like we're going to do anything else to you. But as I said before this match, God, there's a lot of yellow cards again. Like I said before this match, once the European run ends, it's pretty much over. We will be finding a new job. Scott Smith is going to come off for Reynolds. Harkin is going to go on for Harris. Both on yellow cards. Yorworth is actually starting at left back because Newfield is on the bench, but he's just been injured. He's still a day or two away from actually coming back. And Ogungbo has got himself suspended, not just for the Europa League, but also the league as well. So he's going to be out for the next game after this as well. Lazio smack. Oh my god, Lazio smacking Hajduk Split. Hajduk Split smashed us. What are Lazio going to do to us in Italy as well? I didn't mention, you probably saw it on the screen anyway, Brian Sterling has come on for... Who was on the right-hand side? Hang on, who was on the right-hand side? Garrick, that's it. I can't even remember poor Garrick's name, the poor guy. He's not had a spectacular season, that's probably why I don't remember him. Why is everyone backing off there? Oh my goodness. Yeah. We don't need any more highlights at this point, come on. We really don't, game. Thank you for passing that, Edwards. Reynolds, who's already on a booking. This man is too aggressive. Shirley Bags? I said I doubted if he'd scored today, but yeah, he's got his goal. That's his 12th goal of the season. Now he's matched Omilabu's total. I just wish he'd cheer up a bit. Then again, if he's still going to bag goals, then I don't care if he's sad or if he's happy. As long as he's banging in the goals for us, who cares? Just last bit of encouragement before the game will end, inevitably in a win for Hibernian. Oh, please, just finish the game. There's no need for any more. I know we've just got the ball, but this is just evil. I know it's 4-3, but this is evil. Shirley Bags is second in the game. Good for him. Unless there's another highlight straight after this where we then bag a fourth, which I will probably go mad if we did that. But it's not happening. This is just Football Manager giving us the last glimmer of hope before it's full time. We made a fist of it at least. There's one game today at least that we've made a fist of. Now let's just hope we put more of a fight earlier, that is, against Maccabi Tel Aviv. Let's see if we can bag at least 1 point. Right, second match coming up against Maccabi Tel Aviv, and just before we get to it, we've done 2 games in the Welsh Premier League off camera, 4 points from both of them. But having a look at the schedule throughout the first half of the season, it's easy to see why we are starting to struggle just a little bit. Some of our players are needing a rest, mainly Nico Jones and Taylor Perry? Yeah, Taylor Perry. But the amount of games that we've played so far, I think the shortest month we've had is September, which was 6 games. Otherwise, every other month has had 7, 8 or 9 games, which has been horrendous. For an amateur club like Swansea Uni, they're not used to this many games in such a short space of time. So, as much as we've had 6 days since the last match, which was that 1-1 draw against Connors Quay, we dominated, but we're just struggling to put away our chances at the moment. But towards the ends of games is when I noticed we're starting to get a little bit tired. So with that in mind, we have made a couple of changes, minus Nico Jones, who will still be playing, but Taylor Perry is going to take a back seat for this game. Orford is going to start in the centre midfield. Smith is also alongside him. In fact, we'll just go through the entire 11 because I think there's been too many changes. Robson is in goal. Still, just giving him some more game time. See if he does any better than Adegoke for the moment. A back four of Ogungbo, who's back from suspension. Jones, Hanks and Pilkington with Orford, Smith in the middle. Harkin and Edwards on the wings. Harris is in the attacking midfield with Shirley up front. We have gone to a 4-2-3-1 Route 1 formation, which is one that I realised if you do Route 1, they actually end up passing the ball on the ground. Not bad for a low league side. So let's get into this game. This is one of the games that we identified maybe we'll have a chance, although saying that, Maccabi Tel Aviv, yeah, they're still going to be of a higher standard compared to us. I think we're in for another big long slog. Nobody expects us to get a result. You know what, we're going to pump the fists. We've got nothing to lose. And we haven't. We've lost all 5 of our Europa League games so far. So let's just go out there. Let's see what we can do. We know we can score. Reece Shirley has proven that to us already with 2 goals in the last game. And I was considering putting Brown Sterling in for Edwards instead, but Brown Sterling's got a bit of a heavy match load, and I don't want more players asking for time off. So let's just give Edwards this game. Brown Sterling can start from the bench. I think have Maccabi only got 5 substitutes? That's a bit brutal. They've only got 5 when you're allowed about 12. I think we've got about 9 or 10 overall, but that still makes us seem like we've got some squad depth. Spoiler, we do not. To think we are actually coming up towards the end of our stint here at Swansea University. Every time I try and speak, something always happens against us. When your team is not good enough, they do stupid things, and that's just another stupid thing. Another penalty has been given away. It feels like we give a penalty away every single game. Even the fans are just staying away. They're kind of fed up at this point. I don't blame them. They're just seeing absolute thumpings. As much as it's a European night out, it's just an absolute thumping that we've been given every single time because all of our players just do dumb things, and it doesn't matter who I put in the starting lineup, they all do something stupid. Either they give away penalties or they get sent off. Looking at you, Harris. I think someone else did get sent off as well, but I can't remember who. Ogungbo into Orford. Have a shot, man. Oh, just over. May as well. Like I said, we've got nothing to lose, so we may as well just have a shot and see what happens. Well, what has happened so far is it is 1-0 because of that penalty. Okay, you know what? Let's try something a bit different. No gesture. Happy with your performance. They're happy. Maybe my assistant manager knows something I don't. The players are clearly happy. Let's just go out and see what they can do in the second half. We've had about as many shots as them, actually. But our XG is considerably lower. There again, that's the penalty that did that. Literally, at the moment, a penalty is the only difference between us. That is the frustrating part. Let's give them a bit of encouragement because they're frustrated, apparently. Let's see if we can put them under some pressure. High press. Let's go. Let's see what we can do. Orford wins the ball, just immediately gives it away. Just calm down, man. Just pass it into... Who's that on the left? Is that Harkin on the left? I can't even click on him. He's too fast. Irony. Orford heads it over to Harris. See, Harris gets the ball down. That's what I want to see. Just hold it up. Just let the others get there first. I said hold it up, man. Good grief. Oh, it's been headed back. Smith into Orford. There is Shirley. And Shirley tries to pass it through. He does get it to Harkin. There is Shirley. And, oh, it's just headed wide. That was a good chance. That was a good bit of build-up play from us. Probably the best we've played in Europe for many a month. In fact, since we were in the Champions League qualifying rounds. Right, let's make a couple of changes because there's... Oh, God. There's a lot of tired players here. Yeah, Patterson's going to come on. I've been playing Cameron Patterson as a centre-back. He's accomplished enough as one. And he also does well from headers at corners. So let's see if he can do something for us. Edwards is going to come off for Brown Sterling. Perry's going to go on for Orford. Who else have we got? I am looking at Ogungbo, who's going to go off for Newfield, who's back from injury now fully. And Mark Harris can't go off because Orford has already gone off. So, no, I'd rather keep Hanks on, in all fairness. And I think for my last trick, yeah, Fuster's going to go on for Scott Smith, who seems to have done okay in central midfield, but I think he's kind of run the course in this game. They're looking very overwhelmed, Maccabi Tel Aviv, and we're gonna lose to a penalty. We were so close to 1 point. That is utterly cruel. We've got 2 games left. One of them is Lazio, who are third. The other one is Malmo, who have got 4 points now. Good grief. We are not even going to catch them. We've got a few games between now and the Lazio Malmo games. In fact, by the time we come back for those final 2 games, the league split would have already happened. So, Lazio, Malmo, we'll be back for those games. Whether we show the Lazio game depends on how I feel about that particular game. But we will definitely be back for the Malmo game, at the very least in the next episodes, to finish off what could be the final 2 games for us here at Swansea University before a job hunt If you have enjoyed this episode, make sure you hit the like button down below and smash the big red subscribe button so you don't miss, like I said, what could be the final 2 matches that will be at Swansea University for. Who knows where we end up next, so make sure you're here for it at the next episode. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for your support on this series so far. I look forward to seeing you all in the next episode.